Now, my next guest is the well-known Indian fashion designer Anita Dongre. Her designs have been worn by the likes of Priyanka Chopra, Hillary Clinton and the Duchess of Cambridge and Frida Pinto. With her brand established across India and also in New York, she's a champion of ethical, cruelty-free, sustainable fashion. Let's just have a quick look at her work from the Lakme Fashion Week in Mumbai. Well, absolutely fantastic. Anita is here in the studio with me. She's here in London for a wedding show featuring 20 of India and Pakistan's top designers. Welcome here to the programme. We were just looking, I mean, the end product is stunningly beautiful. But when you say sustainable fashion, just give me an idea of what you actually mean.
So what I started a few years ago is what I call my Anita Dongre grassroots movement. I work with rural artisans in villages of India, and these artisans are really gifted artisans who practice the art of embroidery, and that's one facet of what I do. So I use design for good. Me and my team of designers try to understand how we can take their craft and make it contemporary for today's young woman and make it fashionable for today.
And that's what you come up with. Now, you said there that you employ hundreds of workers in some of the rural villages in India, just reviving dying craft. Just tell me more about how you actually do that and what you're actually doing.
We work with a very large NGO in Gujarat, which is called Seva, which has, I think, a membership of more than 90,000 women. Some of these groups of women practice the art of embroidery, and this is passed down from mother to daughter. And we use that skill of theirs to economically empower them. I would love to show you a piece that I've carried.
Well, you've got a piece there on the desk as well, and the embroidery and the work you've done. I mean, it's incredibly intricate work, just like the pictures we were showing there. I mean, how long does it take to actually create one of the garments that is there over my shoulder?
It all depends. If it's a wedding dress, it could take as much as 60 to 90 days.
Wow.
And if it's hand embroidery, again done in a village, it's highly intensive because it travels hundreds of kilometers from Mumbai to a remote village. It takes about 3 or 4 days to get to them. And then the women usually embroider it and work on the embroidery for a few hours in the afternoon. They don't work on it all day. So it might take about 15 days, 30 days, 45 days, 60 days. It all depends on the amount of work on each piece.
Now, I mentioned Priyanka Chopra in the introduction. I mean, you were involved in that massive wedding. We were showing the pictures only last month during the course of the wedding. What was that like? And we've seen a trend now in India of the most lavish weddings. I mean, what do you make of that and some of the expense that we're now seeing?
Indians have always celebrated weddings on a lavish scale. Indians like to, in India, I think weddings are your only form of celebration that you have. And you like to bring every friend and the entire extended family. And you know, Indians have very large families. So it just becomes a very large celebration which runs over 3 to 5 days with everyone together.
Now, I also said in the introduction, you've dressed everyone from the Duchess of Cambridge to Hillary Clinton. I mean, you've been right at the forefront of Indian fashion for more than 20 years. Do you think it is now absolutely firmly established on the international scene? I mean, how exciting is this period that we're now in?
I think finally the world is looking at Indian designers and is acknowledging the intricacy of Indian textiles, of Indian craft, because that's unparalleled. You don't have a textile heritage and a craft heritage like what you have in India anywhere in the world.
And exciting to be involved in all of that at this time.
It's very, very exciting, very, very exciting.
Well, Anita, we there seeing the pictures first of the Duchess of Cambridge when she was in India, and some of the clothes that you designed for her as it whizzes through, and that Kim Kardashian, which of course was on the front cover of Vogue. Anita, thank you so much for coming in and joining us on today's Global. We're going to take a short break. We're back with